in the rugged Rocky Mountains of Alberta, where the clear and the sparkling waters shine, and the snow skiers glide on a steep incline, and a tin of cold beer tastes so fine.
This is Rob. He's a pony riding, mountain climbing, wood chopping, breakfast loving, pink wearing dog daddy. And this is his pickup truck camper, named after a bird of prey who soars through the mountains and relies on the rivers for its meals, the eagle. Rob calls the foothills of the Rocky Mountains home, where the grass-filled prairies sweep into rolling hills of coniferous forest, jutting abruptly into snow-capped peaks. This landscape is a familiar sight in Alberta, one of 2 Canadian landlocked provinces. Wild rose country. 3 million head of cattle dot these prairies, and the blades of wheat blow in the very Chinook winds that melt the mountain snow. Calgary is a Gaelic word for clear running water. Fitting then that Rob has lived his entire life nearby. You see, Rob's life revolves around these waters in their various states. Frozen water in the winter months in the form of cold blow or powder snow, freezing and thawing water that forms corny granules of slush in the spring, and the wet water of summer. The magic of the Rocky Mountain water cycle allows Rob the opportunity to ski and surf the same precipitation. That's because skiing takes place up high, where snow accumulates and is stored during the winter months. We call this phenomenon snowpack, and as the name implies, it's the amount of snow packed on top of the mountains, waiting for the warmth of spring to melt it into the rivers below. Fed by the towering glaciers of the Rockies, drips from these giant ice cubes are enough to begin 4 of southern Alberta's tributaries. The Kananaskis, Highwood, North Saskatchewan, and Bow Rivers, offering surfers a chance to brave their icy flows of snowmelt and ride standing waves from mild to wild. These river valleys are the entrances to the mountains and the corridors through them. But each valley tapers to an end, or more to our point, a beginning, a headwaters. The meltwater's journey begins as the warmth of spring begins to creep up these valleys into the world of snow and ice. It starts as a trickle under the snowpack, gaining momentum as more water joins the flow. As it descends, more streams connect and the water levels rise, flooding the valley below, turning into a river. An inevitable silver band where opposite slopes meet. Pickup truck is the most common motorized vehicle in Alberta. When outfitted with a small camper, they're the most versatile form of recreational vehicle, providing a means of transportation into the vast ranges of the Rocky Mountains for days at a time. It's a bit of a gas guzzler, but at 69 cents a liter, nobody's pocketbook is complaining. The Eagle offers refuge during evenings spent in the valley bottom, as the mountaintops catch the last light of the setting sun. Morning comes awfully early, but you forget your troubles after brewing up a pot of mud, throwing on your ski duds, and cruising up the Icefields Parkway. Wind and fresh snow form frozen waves when snow is blown over a mountain ridge and settles on the leeward side. This wind-sculpted canvas offers a skier opportunity to defy gravity and feel weightless at the top of the turn, followed by the intense force of the mountain pushing back on the bottom turn. Mountain terrain communicates with a skier, suggesting where turns should be placed. The grace of glide allows effortless turns to be linked in a never-ending succession, from peak to valley. If skiing is this act of sliding over stationary water, river surfing is the opposite. This landlocked surfing is a matter of finding stationary grace while water surges around you. A A surfboard allows you to defy the momentum of rushing water by gliding freely across its surface. The dynamics of the fast-moving flow create the sensation of tremendous speed.
I got something, wanna say to you. Ain't nothing wrong with nothing to do.
June is one of the finest months for ski touring, with its warm, sunny weather. The snow at lower elevation disappears, making spring skiing tougher to get to than the winter type. But the devout sportsman isn't deterred by the minor hardships that lay between him and the pleasures of the glacial ice fields. While some use snow machines to reach this high country, by far the best and most self-satisfying way to enjoy spring skiing is with the power of your own legs and the boards attached to them. Some of the most beautiful and wild country in the world lays right here in the Rocky Mountains of Alberta. In the words of Rockies ski mountaineer Hans Moser, a person should have wings to carry them where their dreams go, but sometimes a pair of skis makes a good substitute. In the end, to ski is to travel fast and free. To be bound to one slope, even one mountain, by a lift may be convenient, but it robs us of the greatest pleasure that skiing can give. That is to travel through the wide, wintry country, to follow the lure of peaks which tempt on the horizon, and to be alone for a few days or even hours in clear, mysterious surroundings. And in true Alberta form, a good old-fashioned skidoo in the ditch. Surf is where you find it.
Springtime in the Alberta Rockies, that is my favorite time of year. Springtime in the Alberta Rockies, oh how I wish that you were here. All the rivers run so deep when the snow melts from the peaks. The blue jay sings a Bow Valley tune. The air is so clear when you are way up here in the mountains where the wild roses bloom.